And so that's when I said to the guy, "That's not spaghetti, it's my hair."
Wow. Well, you know what? That's kind of on you, though.
Well, 6 forkfuls is too much, if you ask me.
I
At
agree.
once?
Well,
I don't even know what, like,
6 forkfuls at once. Yeah.
It's a lot of spaghetti.
that's a lot of spaghetti. Dan, you're an Italian. Do you eat a lot of spaghetti?
Are you?
I am. I eat a lot of pasta.
I almost just said
Not
your
always
last
spaghetti.
name in an Italian accent. I'm so bad at this game.
Some spaghetti.
Well,
It's a spaghetti.
welcome
That's
to the
how we
pod,
talk the whole
everybody.
time.
We're here.
Anytime you're like eating dinner with your family, everybody talks like this.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah, as you said, welcome to Unsought Opinions with the boys. We got Dan.
Is it actually unsought opinion, like with the little hyphenated, little tinier letters with the boys?
No,
Because it probably should be.
I like it, but if we ever get a girl
But
on,
Steve's the only one that says that.
what are we gonna do?
That's
What?
true. And also, we're the only podcast that introduces what podcast we have at the beginning, probably, because when people tap on it, they probably know what they're tapping on.
True.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm sure, I think I've heard them introduce themselves.
I mean,
Yeah, dude,
several times,
It's
actually.
unsought. They will. You know how much work you have to do to find it?
Dude, it's crazy.
It literally has to pop
How
up in your
many
queue
people-
accidentally.
Yeah, stumble upon the opinions, bro.
If we chose sought opinions, we'd probably blow up.
Did I tell you?
Yeah, probably.
Um,
That was a real tactical error on our
there's
part.
never mind. I'll have to say it offline, kind of thing. There's a podcast network that I was like secretly hoping to get on, and so it's like because it's just clean, like quasi-Christian, like just good things, and they
Nate-
just signed a
Nateland
podcast.
stuff?
Yeah, it is Nateland.
What's it called?
Well, Nateland, but he just signed a podcast called Only Right Opinions or something, Only Correct Opinions.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, we just burned our bridge.
Close one.
Can't be on there now.
Well, it could be the tale of two cities, though, like the sought opinions
right,
versus
right.
the unsought opinions.
Exactly. It's a good podcast I hear is Only Right Opinions. So check it out.
Is theirs like ours? That's really
I don't know.
good?
I've never listened to it.
Is theirs like ours? It's really good.
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Well, if Nateland's signing it, then probably. But
Also, we don't want to be underneath somebody else's umbrella, do we?
we don't want to share the money.
We want that rain to hit us directly. We don't want to be underneath an umbrella.
And I think it's safe to say the rain is hitting us.
Yeah, it's been pouring for a while.
Pretty direct. I actually just went golfing, and it was raining so hard the night before that I was losing my ball in the fairway in ponds that
No
aren't supposed to be
way.
ponds. I lost them in real ponds too. But
Do you know, or do you know? I know you know. Dan and I went putt-putt golfing on my birthday one day because we were really cool young 20-year-olds. And Dan hit
it was
his...
Steven. Steven always has funny requests for his birthday.
It wasn't even my request. You guys just said...
Yes, it was.
We did an escape room for your birthday one time.
We did do an
and
escape room.
I loved it.
Dude, that was...
No, you sat in the corner.
Were you
doing?
there?
Yes, at the Hannibal one.
It was the most random assortment of
Yeah,
people.
that really
but the
was.
three of us were there, which was cool.
Who was there?
We're not going to go through all the people that were there. But I think it was us and then one a girl that was not part of the crew normally.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It's
who
an
it was.
unsought gang.
Anyway, so we're playing putt-putt golf, and Dan hits his ball into the this little puddle or this little pond thing on the course, you know?
The putt-putt pond.
And so this
pond.
moron goes full driver on it, smashes his club through the water, connects unbelievably well with the ball, shot out of the pond, hits me right in the temple. I was seeing red and stars, and I threw the stick and was like punch. Oh, it hurt so bad. From like across the course, he
that's
just
so
like
funny.
3-woods it right into my temple
You
on
guys-
my birthday.
That is so
I remember you
funny.
dropping and then standing up and just like punching the ground like you used to always do.
I have permanent damage in my hand from my
Oh,
punching
man.
the ground years. It was
That was
so
so
dumb.
funny. I could not stop laughing.
That's very funny.
Why is it so funny to watch other people get hurt?
It's not.
I
Actually.
don't-
I don't enjoy it.
You don't like that?
I don't like. I don't actually don't like it at all.
You're Italian showing.
Just a mob thing?
Yeah.
Dude, I was showing Peter over there. We were looking at a reel on Facebook, and it was like these two massive grizzly bears that just start like the guy's like, oh, they're about to fight, and like they're backing up to get out of the way, and these bears just start mauling each other. And then there's like, it's one thing to see it in like a movie, like not Invictus. What's the
Leo
Revenant?
one.
Yeah.
But like these are actual bears with like 6-inch claws that are just ripping each other's faces off with their claws, and then they're like, you're seeing chunks of fur flying, dude. I had to turn it off. I was like, why am I such a sissy now? But I can't even watch two bears attack each other.
Yeah, I saw two bears. We were
they
just in
attacking each
Tennessee.
other?
No, it was a mom and her cub.
In Tennessee?
Yeah, and they're just hanging out below our deck. Like we were on a mountain, super steep mountain, right below our deck, and they're just down there. Came out of their den, and then we're hanging out for like an hour. We had the best view.
Are they still down there?
No, I don't think so.
Dang it. We're about to go down this week.
Oh, well, we saw some other ones going ziplining too. That were just tearing through people's trash.
Dude, how was your vacation, man?
It was fun. We went to Seversville, Tennessee.
Sevierville.
Seviers? I called it Sevier.
I think it's Sevierville, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I never heard of it, so I was expecting it to be
I
just
think
like
that's where
out in the
we're
middle of
going
nowhere
to.
since it was near the Smokies.
Yeah.
Smoky National Park. It's like the Vegas for families.
Wait, really?
Yeah, like it's like a
Because they got Dollywood and stuff there.
3 or 4 mile strip of just everything.
Really?
And Dollywood's there too, yeah. It's like 30 minutes from the park, the national park. So we went there. We went ziplining. We went to a lumberjack, Paula Dean's lumberjack show, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
Went on a mountain roller coaster.
Is that like no power kind of thing? Or what is the mountain?
Yeah, but it's really fast. It's like there's kind that what is like hug tightly
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the turns, and you control your speed. You've got the brakes
for
and
real?
stuff.
That's cool.
It's pretty fun.
You need to be
We took
very
my daughter,
careful with
and she
smacking that around.
wanted to keep on going. This is just a headphone.
No, you're smacking your cord around with your hands.
This cord?
Yeah, that one. Anyway, stop. So your daughter was old enough to ride it, so I should be okay if I do it.
Yeah.
Am I gonna
Yeah.
pant?
Are you 38 inches at least?
Yeah.
Tape measure.
What are you doing over there?
He's lacing his skates.
Lacing ice skates.
Lacing his skates, dude.
I thought you did roller hockey.
He does both. This is not good for you to continue to talk to us without a microphone.
Shut up.
You should know better than to respond.
He keeps doing it, guys. I'm sorry. So that's cool. And you guys had a mansion that wasn't a scam.
Yeah, this time. Yeah, it was great.
You guys
good.
remember when we almost bought a castle?
Oh,
Yes, I was telling somebody about that
Were
like
you
2 weeks ago.
even part of the group then?
I was part of the group
Definitely
way before
part
you
of
were
the
part of the
group.
group,
I don't know that that's accurate.
Ben.
I think he was. At least he was always somewhat in the group.
I was gonna
'cause
say, I feel
my
like-
wife and her family used to do Thanksgiving with you when you guys were kids, right?
Well, that was one time.
One time, dude.
Right.
One whole time.
I know you were like peripheral, but you weren't like a mainstay. I feel like you were doing with all like the ice cream people and stuff, and then you went off to college, and then you really started hanging out after.
True.
you
I
and
did hang out more after college,
We're after. Yeah, we're out of college. Yeah,
but I did know people before college.
you've known everyone way longer than I
No,
have.
when I was at
I just didn't have any friends, so I just clung to them.
yeah,
a
we used
lot
to
harder.
play Ultimate Frisbee like 3 times a week.
Yeah, that was
Before
me.
college.
That's true.
Dude, I remember asking Jared, I was like, what's that? What's his deal? About Steve? And he's like,
My
"Dude,
deal?"
No, Steve.
Oh.
And Jared said, oh, he's a sweetheart.
Who asked what's his deal?
Well, I asked. I was
No,
like,
he's not
'cause I didn't know.
autistic.
He's just like around. I was like, who's this guy?
Because he did like a history video or something with Jason and Joy.
Yeah.
And then
Well, we
I
had
feel like that
two
just brought you
different-
into the group for some reason.
We had 2 different college classes, and then like Zach was part of that group too, and then we just started hanging out from there.
Check out the Zach Show, everybody, would you?
It's still on
do
my
it.
list.
It's a really good podcast.
It's Bible knowledge stuff.
Yeah.
He's good.
But yeah, I met Steve-O at a Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, I
That's
think
right.
we've already done this.
I think we have. But I'm just saying. I don't even remember what year that would have been.
I think it was like the first episode. Oh, dude, that's the Battle of the Bears.
You have it pulled up already?
I created this AI style.
Oh, so that could be our background for the week.
Nice.
Can we use that for?
It's supposed to be a video.
Oh,
Kind of fail.
Have you watched any AI movies yet?
full movies?
Yeah, full
No,
movies.
No, I've
purpose.
seen the clips of like the news anchors who talk about it and like the. Did you see the one?
Dude,
She's
this
like
is not
in
AI.
a flood, and like it's flooding in the town, and a car drives by and then just drops down a manhole, and she's like, "We lost another one."
I did see that, I think. I really like the baby world leaders.
Yeah.
Those are pretty funny.
Those are good. I like when they recreate scenes like in Step Brothers or something, and then everyone is just turned into babies. It's really funny. I think I saw a New Girl one too. It's good.
Dude, New Girl is so funny.
Yeah, I tried to go back and rewatch it, and it doesn't have the same like rewatchability as The Office. I think.
Oh, of course
For sure not.
Of course not. No, The Office is the ultimate rewatch. Maybe that and Seinfeld. Some people think Friends is really good.
My wife goes through Friends a lot.
It-
It's not as funny.
It's not as funny. It's just sort of like I don't know. It's for the ladies, I think. I feel like Friends is for the ladies.
I like Friends going start to finish
yeah.
more than just like popping in random episodes.
I think Friends is a top 10.
I don't know.
All
Dude,
right.
there's a lot of
Number
really
one,
good-
obviously,
What's your top 10
is
shows?
The Office.
Are we talking about sitcoms? Or are we talking about shows?
Sitcoms.
Okay, sitcoms. Okay. That definitely makes it a lot closer to being top 10, probably.
I mean, what is there? We haven't had any sitcoms since like Parks and Rec.
You're right. And
Is
well,
Parks and Rec even a sitcom?
I'm counting
It's
it as
a workplace
sitcom,
comedy.
But you're right. It's a mockumentary.
Yeah,
Same
but there's
as The
no
Office.
but there's no like laughing and stuff in the background.
You're right, but
so,
it's like
so are we talking about
Studio audience
are-
kinda-
Are we talking about single cam laugh track stuff? Or are we talking about
No,
like
no.
That's what I was
multi-angle?
thinking.
Okay.
I mean, they do multicam on Friends and stuff.
They definitely do multicam on.
I would consider
The
it
Office.
as long as there's like audience involved.
Okay, so comedy shows, comedy TV shows.
yeah, sitcom aside, comedy TV shows.
Why you gotta go be a stickler about it?
Because there's too many.
All right, so we're doing King of Queens. Everybody loves
dude,
Raymond.
King of Queens.
Yes, dear.
That might be top 10.
Dude, I never was into Yes Dear. I might have been. I would watch it if it was on.
I
but-
did because there was nothing else.
Yeah, I always watched that at my grandma's house when she had like the clunk, clunk, clunk.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of them was the Weather Channel and the other one was just Fuzz. Or
Dude.
Magic School Bus.
That was the thing.
PBS.
Yeah.
Is like I would watch The Simpsons from 6 to 6:30 to 7 because there were 2 episodes of The Simpsons on Channel 5, and then it would do Friends, an hour of Friends, and then it would do Seinfeld at 8. And I just was so mad when Seinfeld came on because it was so boring to me.
Do
Like,
you watch it now?
no, I don't. Everyone I've talked to has said rewatch it and
Yeah,
you'll love it,
yeah,
but
you
I
would
just
love it.
I can't force.
I didn't
myself.
like it when I was a kid.
It's
I
like-
didn't know what's going on.
The only reason why I like yeah, exactly. The only reason why I like Friends is the nostalgia, but I hate watching things filmed in the 90s.
All right,
Even
so greatest of all time. I think we
Right.
all three probably agree.
The Office.
The
Sponge- oh.
SpongeBob's pretty great.
But does that count?
No laugh track. You're right.
I guess I said comedy show. You're right. Okay, you can put SpongeBob up there.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Come on.
It's good.
Top 10.
It was
Top
was
10.
top 10 back in the day for me.
Yeah,
It's
back
not
in
as
the
funny
day, there was
now
like 2
either.
shows.
I would
No,
personally
but all
put-
those shows were back in the day.
I would personally so Office is the king, number 1.
Yes, I agree with that.
Should we be doing 10 up? No, it takes too much time to
and we would have to
we
write
would
it
have
out.
to write it out. Okay,
And
so
then argue about each one.
Yeah.
The Office is the king. Number 2, I would say is Seinfeld, but I know you would disagree until you watch it again, I think.
Yeah.
Number 3, dude. Oh, that's a tough
Ooh.
one.
That was. Would you
King
put
of Queens is really funny, and Everybody Loves Raymond. Is really
Would you
funny.
put
Raymond is
Parks and Rec above or below
It's
New Girl?
not a sick.
Oh, it's above New Girl.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
New Girl.
So New Girl, like
might not crack
I
the top
find
10.
when I watch New Girl, my entire personality starts morphing.
Yeah,
like
you're Schmidt.
right. Like my way of talking.
Didn't we have a jar for you at one time?
Yeah, I think we did.
I think we did have a
Okay.
jar for you.
She got annoying
And-
after like the 3rd season. or
Yeah,
something.
dude, for sure. But the dudes carried that show.
Yeah, they did.
Same with Parks and Recreation, let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Leslie Knope was kind of annoying too.
And it's really a shame because Amy Poehler's really funny. Like she's a funny lady, and that character was such a drab. I mean, it was really a bummer.
You know, it's who's the other girl on Saturday Night Live?
You're thinking
Like
of Tina
1,000
Fey?
of them.
No. But her show was terrible.
30 Rock?
I didn't enjoy. 30
Oh,
Rock.
dude,
that-
see, to me that's
You need
in
to
top
watch
10.
it again. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You think 30 Rock is better than Parks and Rec?
No,
Probably not.
Probably not better. Than,
Of the workplace
man, it's
comedies,
close.
that's the farthest down the list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Parks and Rec's better.
Parks and Rec is better, I think, but it's close to me.
Okay.
30 Rock's really good.
Dude,
who's
Tracy
the other
Morgan
lady you were
is just
talking
too
about?
much. Kristen Wiig.
She's great.
She's the best.
She's great.
It's crazy that she doesn't have a show. Like, I know she's just mainly Hollywood.
She does have a show.
She doesn't have a
Palm
show.
Royale.
Is that a show?
I think that's the name of it. It's
Oh.
on Apple. It's where she's
never
like
had the
trying
Apple.
to get into a like upper scale, like country club type thing.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty funny.
I don't have
I'll
Apple.
look it up. See,
I
make sure it's the right name.
want to get into Apple or get an Apple subscription again because I think Silo season 2 came out. I want to watch that. It's a good show.
What's that about?
A Silo.
I knew it.
No, it's like post-apocalyptic, and these people they've always been in the silo. They don't know why they're in the silo, but like it's all toxic outside, and so they're living in the silo. Oh, wow. Okay. And it's like somebody tries to get out, and they think they're being lied to, and it's actually fine outside and whatnot.
Is North Korea the silo?
No.
Oh.
Any crazy tie-in between The Office, Silo, and
North Korea.
Parks and Rec
Oh.
is
I was like, where are we going to go with this?
Karen Filippelli. What's her name?
Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones is in all 3 of those shows. So
Well,
there you go.
Parks and Rec.
She's pretty good too.
Office and what?
Silo,
Oh.
the show. We're talking- Well, this is riveting. What's
Yeah.
your top 10 favorite animals, guy?
We already did that one.
You guys and your lists.
Well, it's good. It's good to talk about.
Every know where everyone stands with each
Everyone,
topic.
yeah, we need to know. Dan, your favorite color is obviously blue.
It is.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of blue, it's
you
your
tell by
birthday
my
this
personality?
week, dude.
Speaking of
Yeah,
blue,
it
it's your
is.
birthday.
I was gonna bring cookies and stuff, but then it wasn't on your actual birthday, so I didn't.
You did that for Ben.
It was his actual birthday.
Actually, also well, never mind. We'll talk about it off air.
I asked my wife, I was like, should I run to Lidl and get some stuff? Because I did stuff for Ben. He was like, or she said, it's not his birthday.
I'll get you something. What do you want?
Are you guys going to pod
don't
without
know.
me?
We could just pod Wednesday before you go.
I'd be in for
Where
that.
are you going?
Are you kidding me?
He's going to.
I'm going to Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, he's going.
We talked about this so many times.
I was just there.
I said, are
Oh,
the
how
Bears
was that?
still there?
It was great. I'll tell you all about it.
Hey guys, we didn't get a lot of response on our last video or our last episode.
Dude,
with-
don't plug your own interview, dude.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't use your own podcast to plug your own interview that aired on your own podcast.
I just thought Jason did a really good job, and I think that more people need to know about
Jason
that.
always does a good job.
I know, he's
and
so good.
He's a great get, and that was a very good interview. I don't know why it only got 350,000 views. I thought it was a million plus views.
It should have been 1 million plus. You know what? Because we went through this whole day. This week's episode is coming out late because we were all busy and we have lives. And
It'll be out a day late, and nobody will notice because it'll just show up in their podcast feed.
I think a lot of people.
Turn on your automatic downloads, by the way.
Every time we go late, I'm getting email after email about people like, "Where's the show? Where's the show?"
I've definitely gotten that, so I should have not said what I said.
Yeah.
It does matter.
Point is, because we missed our record date, I was very tempted to just come down here and do the stream of consciousness
Dude,
thing.
I'm waiting for a solo pod. Dude, I would do so many
Here's
solo
the
pods
thing.
if I knew how to set this up.
Here's the thing.
I just
ramble.
I just have nonstop thoughts.
The only thing that I could think of to actually make it work, and it's not working, but the only way that I could talk for an hour is to like have radio phone call-ins and just doing different voices to myself.
That'd be awesome.
So
I wouldn't be solo pod. It wouldn't be stream of consciousness.
It wouldn't be stream of consciousness, but it kind of would. So I practiced while I was driving in the car. Just full disclosure, this is how much the pod means to me. I was driving, and I'm literally just talking to myself in different voices, like, "Oh, hey, I'm from Texas." Like, the whole and I get like 15 minutes down the road, and I'm like, I have to stop this. Like, I'm leaving the podcast. This is insane.
We just got a, well, we're testing it out, an AI note taker at work, and I think it would be really funny if you just talk to yourself for, like, for example, if Ben was just recording himself painting all day and talking out loud, and then a summary of the conversation throughout the day in bullet points.
Dude, that's good.
That would be pretty funny. And then we can read them here.
We should do that.
You should do that, Ben.
I'm sorry, I was busy with something real quick. What was the whole premise?
Unbelievable.
I
Dan
said we
is-
got an AI note taker, so you kind of just it'd be like on a cell phone
Right.
recording our meeting, and then it summarizes the whole thing. It'd be really funny just if you were talking out loud to yourself all day, just
yeah.
have it, like summarize your whole day.
Oh, I could do that all day long because I just basically am by myself all day.
Do you talk to yourself when you're by yourself?
No, but I would if I thought something would come from it.
That might be the ticket.
That might be a
I-
ticket.
Do not stop talking to myself throughout the day. I spend 90% of the day by myself, and I'm always just, like I said, having conversations with myself.
That's probably why this podcast works, because we're probably all mostly alone all the time. And I guess it's debatable whether or not this podcast works.
That's why Dan comes in and goes, because he has outlets in his normal day to talk
He's
about
doing
stuff.
things. He's on the board.
Dude, he's on the board.
I am. Hasn't started yet. Don't know my start date.
You're going to talk a lot on the board.
You talking
You're
like
going to have anything for us.
2x4, 2x6?
2x5. I'm a floorboard.
Conventional. Is that floorboard?
Reinforcement for his floorboards that he was just telling you about upstairs when I walked in.
It's
Two
a
by
2x12.
12, dude. Come on.
Dang. You're wasting your money.
It's actually...
You got 7 unnecessary inches.
Why the cash box?
I missed the button, and that's why I just decided to go with it.
Ching.
Why are you laughing over there? You don't understand what he's saying.
I think he's laughing because he might.
Dude, there's something happens, and they go from being like 9, and now they're 13, and he just... I can't make the same jokes under his nose anymore. It's the worst.
Yeah.
So,
Funny.
So Iran, huh?
I was just about to get there. We bombed someone.
Also, they just
probably
announced a
pretty
ceasefire
angry.
11 minutes ago
Yeah.
or something. How many
Not to
minutes ago?
timestamp when we're recording. But
At least an hour ago.
if you say 11
At least-
minutes
at
ago,
least an hour
they'll
ago.
just assume we recorded 11 minutes after the ceasefire announcement. Do you think it's legit?
No. Not at all. Do I think they
I only saw a
stabilized the
statement.
region? No.
I only saw a statement from Trump, not either of the other side. Did you?
Well, you can't read the
Say that
language
what?
of the other side.
Say that. I missed,
True.
I missed the whole question. What did you say?
I said I only saw a Trump statement, not one from
Right.
Netanyahu or
Why would he
the
lie?
other guy.
What does he have to
Exactly.
lose?
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will see. Hopefully soon.
I don't like a country being in war. I don't mean to be
You're
political.
saying our country or
A.
a country?
A
Yeah, 'cause
country?
they don't need to know where we live.
No. I just want people to get along.
Not going to happen, though. That's the problem, is that they're not going to get along.
They will one day.
Do you think bombing their nuclear sites or potential nuclear sites is a good tactic or a bad tactic to bring peace?
To bring peace? Oh, we're never going to have peace with them.
Yeah, that's out the window, dude. That just went up in
Kidding me?
flames.
We bombed their sites. No, I was just talking about the New Jerusalem. And then
yeah.
we'll have peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys think, spiritual question, when we die, do we wake up in the new heaven and new earth, or are we floating around in heaven waiting for the end to come? Or what do you think our perception is? Or do we stay in the ground until
Do you
the resurrection?
so do you enter eternity right away? That's the question, I think.
No, because
We're already there.
Ooh.
I mean eternity is eternity. So yeah, it's you.
Then what is this? What is
Why-
Like a trial period.
Yeah, we just get a blip
because
and then we're
eternity wouldn't start when we die
right.
because it would have already been forever.
So the new heaven and new earth are already happening.
I don't think so.
I don't know, dude. I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Because if God is outside of time, does that mean Satan is in time and God's just like, God's already defeated him, obviously with Christ and all that, but has the end already played out? And is my dead grandma already in the New Jerusalem?
Well, hopefully she wasn't having to fight and then
Sorry, what?
and then be gone forever.
Are you saying
I'm
my
just kidding.
dead grandma's in hell right now?
No. I just meant if she was a soldier for the final battle.
Oh, right. Is that... Sorry, I'm going to retry and collect myself. I don't believe that the saints are in that battle.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But do you think, I mean, obviously, or maybe not obviously, these angels and demons are killing each other, right, in the battle?
Yeah.
What happens to them when they die?
They get thrown into Tartarus.
Even the good ones?
Oh, no. They don't die.
They just spawn back in heaven?
You know what's crazy is Armageddon is just the location of the battle. Like, it doesn't mean end of the world. It's just a place.
Yeah.
That's
So you don't think
interesting.
they'll just like spawn back like playing Mario with unlimited?
Oh, that's what I'm asking.
That's the money. And he's like, you probably
The
thought
war
you
will
got
never
me.
end.
Maybe that's what eternity
The
is.
eternal war.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dang.
Dude, it's too much for me. I can't handle that.
So do you think that we go to heaven, or do you think we go straight to New Jerusalem?
I feel like go to heaven, but I don't know.
I don't know. I literally don't know.
I guess heaven is not necessarily waiting on our time. But maybe they are.
Dude, that sounds like
Sorry.
a Dan Carlin. Check out Dan Carlin's podcast. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
it's one of the
I
best.
feel
If you
like
have
all we
days-
do on this podcast is
Just hype up other pods, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great because with the advent of like the internet, essentially, and like social media and podcasts and like decentralized entertainment, you now have less cutthroat people killing each other trying to get to the top because we know that,
Yeah.
dude, you got hours in the day. You listen to both our pods. You can listen to both.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
You can totally do it. I listen to 1,000 different podcasts.
I don't have enough.
Yeah.
I've listened to them all.
All 50 billion of them.
There was a Roadrunner commercial back in the day where the guy went into the other room and got on the internet and then came back
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah,
his
yeah,
wife.
yeah.
She's like, I thought you were going to surf the web. He's like, I did. I finished.
Is Roadrunner?
Yeah.
Is that just like a...
It was like fast internet.
Okay. Not...
Meep, meep.
Dude,
Well,
that was
I mean,
a
that's what
really
it's
good Roadrunner.
named
That actually
after.
was spot on, Roadrunner.
I'm telling you, man, my radio commercial can work.
I really do want somebody to do the Stream of Consciousness pod. I just think it would be psychotic. Maybe that's what we do as a series. Like each one of us has to take an hour.
Each person has
that's
to
good.
drive 2 hours and talk the whole time.
That's good. Dude, maybe I
Dude,
could...
CarPod worked well.
Yeah.
That was fun.
You did a car pod?
No,
Where are you?
He said
Oh.
it was fun.
it's not.
I don't know if we have the CarPod.
Yeah, no, we don't have a CarPod.
It's in the lost episodes.
The
It was
car-
good.
There's so many lost
We should
episodes.
do... guys, we should do a trip or take this out like fly fishing or something. And then
when
just
you're supposed to be quiet.
every 10 minutes,
Every 10 minutes, what?
we stop and record some more podcasts. Stream of consciousness not working out right now.
What are you looking up?
Yeah, no CarPod. But what happened when we did the CarPod before it got lost to the depths was really funny. We were sitting at a stoplight.
Dude, that was wild.
We were sitting at a stoplight, and I like looked over, and there's this guy in a music shop who's like standing in the window, like just like staring at me with the headphones on, and I had the microphone in my hand, and we just like looked at each other, and then Steve and I just drove off.
Dude just watches
I don't
us
know
like
what that guy's thinking. now, but
recording a
it's-
podcast while we're driving. And at the same time, some dude just like walks in front of my car and we almost get
Yeah,
in
we
a car
almost
accident.
crashed.
There was like 8 things that happened. Just bam, 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 bam.
Did you have a red light?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, when I was looking at the guy with the when he
No.
almost
When
did
it- yeah, when it-
No, I was driving safe.
well,
You saw a guy get hit by a car, right?
I did?
Didn't you?
didn't you in the pep?
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't
Like a
he-
long time ago.
I don't think so.
I think it was like you, Joy, and Phil.
No.
I
I've
think-
never been with
I
that
think
group
Jaybird
of people.
was part of that too.
And yeah, maybe it's Jason and them.
Yeah.
We witnessed a dude crash a motorcycle in Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah.
Paco.
You guys witnessed. Remember when there was a car crash, a crazy car crash.
In Warrenton?
In the Dub. Yeah, and you...
That was Bat Dan.
Man, was the baby okay? Oh, wait, was that Jason asking, is the baby okay?
Yeah, Jason, like, man, yeah. So we're like coming home from the diner or something, and this lady or this car comes swerving across the median, bounces through the ditch, and then crashes into the guardrail. And we're like, oh shoot! Like almost hit Jason. I think he was in front of me.
Are you on motorcycles? Or
No, we're just in our cars.
Okay. But it was raining really bad.
No, it wasn't raining.
Oh, never mind. I don't know the story.
Yeah, so we're like sitting in the car, and then this dude on the passenger side tries to open the door, but it's slamming into the guardrail, so he's kind of stuck, and he's shimmying out, finally gets out, then stands up on top of the guardrail, which is right over top of a creek, and he puts his arms out, like all the way out, and just falls flat like a belly flop onto the rocks. I'm like, what is happening? So I called 911. Jason's like running over to the car, gets in the car, and he's like, ma'am, are you okay?
He gets in the car with him?
Well, he's going in there to like help him out.
Oh.
And
Like pokes his head in the car.
yeah, so one lady comes out, and he's like, are you okay? And I don't know what she said, but there was screaming in the back. He's like, oh, do you have a baby in the back? And she's like, and then he hears, I'm not a baby, that's my effing leg. It's just like screaming.
Oh, yeah, she's like holding her leg like a baby, right? Because it broke in half.
I guess.
Oh my god.
Something like that. They had to use the jaws of life.
I think it was insane. And didn't that dude just like run off down the road?
Yeah, so then the guy gets up out of the creek and starts walking away. And I'm on the phone with 911 still. I'm like, told him the guy's leaving. I'm like, I'll go follow him. I'm like, no, stay where you are. I'm like, handed off the phone to my sister or something, whoever was there. So I went and followed this guy, and Jason comes with me, and we're following him down the road. And then I go up to like kind of grab him, and he reaches in his pocket. So I'm like, oh crap! So I jump back just in case it's a knife or something. But then we get back on the phone with 911, and we're following him all the way to these old, like, rundown apartments over by Fauquier High School.
Okay. So much for the country.
He goes up into the third story, and we're on the phone with them, and they finally show up, go up there, and then they're trying to get the guy out of the apartment, and he wouldn't go down the stairs, and we're just like, fingers crossed, like, come on, tase him. But he finally complied, and then we identified him and got arrested, or they got arrested. But yeah, I think they were just drunk and high or something, but they said that they had all just gotten out of jail recently.
Dude,
and it all started out with some big fight in the Chinese place. Right in
Even
that
Peg
shopping.
Leg Sue was in jail?
Who?
Peg Leg Sue?
Yeah. Baby peg leg too.
Sorry.
Baby peg leg.
Yeah, so that was exciting.
Dude, that's wild. You don't... For living in a small town, we have some wild stories that have happened to us. But we were... Like last night, I was hanging out with my kids and my wife.
I love that. I love to look over to see if your kid is
Yeah, it's still there.
room.
And we're like... Just going back through like the videos that I took. I have like 2,500 videos on my phone at this point.
Makes sense. Adds up.
And we're just going
None
back
of them
through...
posted to YouTube.
That's funny. We're going back through all these videos of when they're...
How many have we filmed so far? Like
At least a
15?
half a dozen. Yeah.
Oh, more than that. More than that.
Okay, and finish your story. And then
Anyway,
then
so it was
talk
like...
about-
It was just weird. Like, we're watching these videos of the kids as like toddlers and babies and stuff. And it's like, this wasn't even the same existence that I'm in now. Like, and that was only 6 or 7 years ago. And then you think about like 15 years ago when we were hanging out, it's like, that's a completely different world. Like, I don't know, like the memories that we have, it's like I'm just watching a movie of someone else's life a lot of times.
Right.
It's so weird to me.
that is weird. Like back when your best friend was Bonebot.
It was the best.
Good
He
times.
should be in the background of these videos that we're filming that
should,
we'll never
yeah.
use.
He didn't survive the move. His arm caught wind and just tore right off.
Had we bought that castle, we'd be very wealthy now.
Where was that, by the way?
It was in Catlett.
Yeah.
Oh, good job, Steve.
Dude, honestly, we found out, so we dodged a bullet because it's like one of the most haunted places in Virginia.
Don't believe it.
It was a Civil War hospital, and it was on
I
like
thought it was a castle.
it was a castle. They used it as a hospital in the Civil War.
It transformed.
That
night.
same castle, I reached out to the homeowner of it and was like, I was trying to propose to my now wife on their grounds. So I reached out to him and was like, dude, is there any way that you would just let me just go on your grounds like and propose? And I just never got a response. So then I did it a different way, like another throwback to The Office. And then like 3 months later, this dude messages me. He's like, hey, I would love for you to do it. Like, I don't know if you've done it yet or not. And I'm like, well, no, I already did it. He's like, oh, well, come on out and I'll show you the grounds and I'll show you the castle and all this stuff. I was like, that's great. And then when are you available? And then never heard from him again. Then he sold it. So I was really bummed.
That is really crazy.
I think it had like 10 bedrooms or something.
That
So we all wanted to just make a big compound inside the castle.
Yeah.
It'd be so fun.
It was like $1 million to buy it. And now it's like worth probably 7 or 8 million.
the
How many
problem is
acres
properties
is it?
like that.
like
Sometimes they're
50?
hard to sell.
Well, yeah, because it's a castle.
And well, no, I was thinking like there's not that many people can buy a $7 million house.
Right. Anymore, though, it's like that's all that's selling in Fauquier County.
Castles.
Yeah. $7 million properties, dude. It's
We would have the coolest moat. I can't even believe how.
I think it had a moat, didn't it?
No, it didn't have a moat, but we would have dug one.
No,
out.
we would have.
Yeah, you're just dreaming about how it would have been because
Part of the negotiations.
that would have been part. Yeah, that would have been part one of the renovation is a moat.
The drawbridge.
And then we'd be like, wait, how do we get the rest of the building material over here to shoot?
Exactly.
Like bringing sheets of plywood
Like, we
over on
don't-
a canoe.
We don't think about
The raft.
Do we dig them out before the drawbridge is installed? Yeah, and then like the garage would have to be on the other side of the moat, and then we'd have to walk over the drawbridge every time it's like raining and stuff. Like, come on, Dan, put the bridge down. You're like, no.
No. What's the password?
You're like the French dudes on Monty Python. Was that your coconut?
Yeah.
I really hope the mic got that. Oh my gosh. But honestly, it's for the best that we didn't do it because we would all start fighting for who was the king. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
gonna happen.
But can you imagine like paintball and stuff in there?
Dude, yeah.
Or airsoft guns?
Because it
Less
it was stone inside, right?
Yeah, I
think
think
so.
there was a lot of stone, but there was a lot of not stone too.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, especially for like 20-year-old kids, like that, we'd be so stupid in there. It'd be the best.
And I think it was pretty
Imagine-
cheap with all of our money combined.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
We
like
did the
$1
math.
million. We just all of our families had to pay for a $300,000 house. That's easy.
it's easy.
Yeah. After this, you should look up a picture of it and show me so I can remember.
Okay. Dan can do it right now. It's called Melrose Castle.
His name is not Dan.
What in the world is with your name thing
He
today?
cannot get our names right ever.
I don't know what's going on to me. I think I had a stroke. Melrose Castle in Virginia.
Don't just like
I'm
people
doing it.
Live there.
Well, great. Look it up. It's a cool place.
They'll find out about our podcast when people show up.
That's going to be in the episode tag. Melrose Castle. Dude, it was on an episode of like Ghost Hunters, so I think that'll be all right to have some.
Yeah, well, that guy
albeit
moved.
Large podcast.
Were they Civil War ghosts?
I don't never watch. I didn't watch the episode.
Oh, it's cooler than I remember.
Yeah, dude.
Glass
I think
windows,
somebody's done something to it.
Yeah.
shingles.
Unbelievable, dude. So that's
Vinyl siding over the stone.
can never be too
It's
careful.
like Downton Abbey.
How much do you think,
shit.
as almost a Class A builder, how much would it be to build a castle in today
Where are you bringing the stone from?
from the property?
Psh, easy, free.
Oh,
You
perfect.
start stacking stone. Next thing you know, you got a castle.
Get some wet mud.
Next,
Don't get the dry mud.
That's just dust.
Yeah.
I would love to live in a castle. I think But then I feel like similar to my first house was built in 1860.
Hand this over to him.
Um,
I think there's only like 2 pictures on there. You can look around. Yeah.
You're gonna have the Zillow that.
and it's really cool for like the historical properties and stuff. Like the house that we lived in, like saw Civil War battlefields and stuff like that.
So
like
sick.
it's so cool. But the novelty of living in a 150-year-old house wears off really quickly. So I wonder if the same thing would happen with castles. Like I saw something like Nicolas Cage bought a castle and said he didn't like it because it was really cold all the time.
Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
it's not centralized there.
Well, you get a mini split and you'd be good.
That's a good point. Just got to keep your fires going all the time.
Can you imagine? Yeah,
Get the dampness out.
Can you imagine seeing, dude? And that's something that I'm sorry. Can you imagine seeing
Is
a
this
castle?
plumbing thing again?
No.
Oh.
Can you imagine seeing a castle today with just like 16 mini splits, like all peppered all over the sidewalls? Have I talked about? Yeah, I've talked about it, that I'm getting like way into like bushcrafting and primitive technology and
What is
stuff.
bushcrafting?
Where you like,
Nobody knows.
so I get
I think I know what it is.
okay.
I was thinking hedge trimming into shapes.
Not that time mark that. Okay. No, not that.
Oh, my bad.
But it's like so
Making primitive tools.
making primitive tools and things like living off the land without any technology or anything.
Push play
Did
on
you order
that
your
bad
rabbits
boy.
yet?
Feast your eyes.
No, so I'm trying to find a place to sell them. There was a person on like Marketplace, but I think it might be a little shady. So I don't know that I can go that
Just
route.
go to a actual
A
online-
rabbitry.
Yeah.
Well, I've been looking for them. I can't really find them.
Wait, are you? I'm sorry. Where? Did you say Facebook Marketplace
Yeah.
for live animals?
No, it was someone that was selling a cage, but then at the bottom of the thing, she said, also have live rabbits. If you're
Oh, yeah.
Message me separately.
Our producer, he got banned from Facebook Marketplace for trying to get rid of fish.
No.
Yeah, they don't do live animal stuff.
Yeah. Well, I see that. I've been looking at all these rabbit cages just hoping someone puts a little tagline on it.
Craigslist does.
Do they?
Mm-hmm. That's
I'll
where I got
have
my chickens
I'll have to check that
the
out.
first time.
Smart.
And they were super cheap.
Dude, I'm just a big old dummy. Craigslist, under my nose this whole time.
But also, just rabbit websites.
Well, yeah. I've been going to Hops and Pops, but they... no, that's the thing, though, is like, you don't want to call these rabbitries that are like selling little kids birthday party rabbits and being like, hey, do you sell meat rabbits? And they're like, good heavens. Like,
Well, don't call the birthday party places. Or the magician ones.
dude, also, they sell rabbits for like dog food. And so I did
Do
see...
they have to chase them every time?
No, they're like frozen. I was gonna say freeze dried, but I don't think they're freeze dried. They're just frozen rabbits. It might be for big snakes. Now that I think about it, I don't know.
That would be,
That would be
big
pretty
old
bad.
That's
snake.
a big old snake.
I mean, boas.
Yeah, but who's keeping a boa?
Boas.
Dude, pet stores.
People have boas? I thought they did pythons.
Yeah, they do pythons.
Like
Yeah, you
ball
might be right.
pythons and stuff. A boa would be nerds.
Yeah, you just go down to Florida; they're everywhere. You can
The
pick up.
pythons or the
the boas.
boas? I didn't know there were boas down
Dude,
there.
they're taking over the Everglades.
They're the ones wiping out the
Yeah.
pythons. Introduce
Somebody's
boas
gotta
to
do
get
it.
rid of pythons.
Wait, was it pythons down there? Because I'm pretty sure it was boas.
But there may be boas in Florida now too. I don't know. But it's pythons.
Because how big do pythons get?
I think they've been getting some up in like the 16, 17 foot range.
I was gonna say because it's like $200 for
How
the
big is a
first
python
four.
or boa then?
I'm
they
trying.
can get up in the 20s.
It's
And how
like,
big is an anaconda?
Same.
so wait, what's
So-
bigger, a boa or an anaconda?
I think anaconda is.
That's the biggest snake.
He says it's either or.
He knows nothing.
He might be the one person we should have on the pod. See, this is where somebody should be fact checking me, checking
Well,
me because I
yeah.
don't know actually.
Well, my phone is part of the camera system right now.
Don't tell them that.
It's operating our cameras.
Anyway, so bushcrafting. I was talking, or we were at the lunatic farmer's place. Joel, you just went there. Was his
yeah.
name? Anyway,
I don't know.
he was saying
Joel something.
that he went to this school somewhere. It was like in
Did you
Iowa.
go after we went?
No, I went before you went.
No.
He was saying there he had to speak at this school. It was like a boarding school in Iowa or something. And when he was there, they were doing this award ceremony for one of the guys. And what they did, because they teach bushcraft at the school and stuff, so you have to make your own bow and arrow and kill your own deer. And this was like the first kid to do it at the school. So he's getting this big award and stuff while they were there. And that inspired me a ton. So I'm like making my own bow right now. And in order to, I learned how to make my own rope with like plant fibers and stuff.
Dude, see, I was so wrong, but go ahead.
Okay. But that takes really long. So I'm just like taking 4 pieces of twine and like braiding it all together to make the bowstring strong enough. Dude, it's so fascinating.
How thick is your string? Your bowstring when you're done?
If you braid 4 together, it's about as thick as like a normal bowstring. But you have to do it right, and you can't so I did it incorrectly and unevenly at one point, and because of that, I'm like pulling back probably 40 pounds, and it just one of the strings snapped because it wasn't even. So you have to make it perfectly even so that the tension gets spread across all 4 pieces of twine.
What are you using for the actual bow?
There's like a stick.
A bendy stick.
Yeah. No, honestly, so you go through. I've been watching a lot of things about it. There's a certain type of wood that you want to go for. I couldn't find it, so I just went for a different one. And you kind of like hatchet it down. So you start with like a stick that's like 4 inches thick, and then you hatchet it down so it's like kind of flat through the whole tree. And so you don't work against the tree and the knots and stuff like that. You bend with it so that the bow is still strong enough, kind of thing. So my whole mission right now is like I want to kill something with my homemade bow and arrow. But I made my 2-year-old and my 4-year-old their own, or my 2-year-old and my 6-year-old, I forgot how old he was, their own bow and arrows. And it was strong enough that I was able to shoot it across my yard. Like, I'm pretty pumped about it.
What did you make? Whittle down rocks and stuff too for your arrowheads?
Oh no, I used a crossbow bolt, and then because the fletch isn't long enough because it's a crossbow, I had to like put Scotch tape around it and then cut it so that it had a longer. It's not fletch. What's the word where it like clips to the string?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Knock.
it might be fletch. Oh, knock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to build a bigger knock on it because is it not to knock on it? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
So green anacondas can get to 30 feet long, which is nerds.
Jeez.
30 feet long, dude.
But Amazon.
Yeah, I think so. But Burmese pythons and boa constrictors are both in Florida. Boa constrictors have a smaller established non-native population.
Really?
But this is where I was wrong. The pythons can get up to 18 feet. I said 16. The boa constrictors only get up to like 12.
Really?
So they're actually a lot smaller.
Are they thicker?
Unbelievable.
I don't know if they're thicker.
Probably not.
Which one's more venomous?
I'm not sure that
Just
either
kidding.
are.
They're not.
Okay, yeah.
So anyway, I'm really into bushcraft right now, and I've been watching way too many videos on bushcraft. So I'm going to be able to get a bow and arrow and shoot those pythons in the head. We just got banned.
So you should try and do it again without real tools like a hatchet and start with rocks.
That's good, dude. It's like Ark. Like, I just go out in the woods.
That's what I'm picturing the whole time you're talking.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, it's like I wish I had more time to devote to doing it because it's so cool to me. I think it's so cool.
Are there any bushcraft video games?
Yeah.
I think Ark.
Oh, okay.
I mean, kind of.
Are there going to be like crazy ones once AI gets like
Oh, dude, probably.
crazy? Because then you can just tell AI to build the program to the specs of actual wildlife. So it's like, this is how many whatever deer we have per square mile.
Yeah.
And then it's like super realistic all the way down.
And then
to
you can
the
never
tiniest little
find
bugs
anything to
under the
kill.
leaves. Yeah. It'd be like,
Especially during hunting season.
Dude, that was like playing Deer Hunter and stuff. Do you remember? Had you ever play those games?
Absolutely.
Just on my
Dude.
phone.
They were the best. Oh, never on my phone.
it's
really
raining
hard
on
on
me
the
now.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I still like the bears, like thing, the calls. But I always cheated because I didn't have any patience to actually. Like, I still to this day don't know how Deer Hunter 98 works. Like, short of cheating, and then you're just seeing a bear and you have to shoot it.
Yeah.
But like that game was so boring because you did have to go and like look for tracks and like do all like the crazy stuff,
Actual stuff.
Yeah, we got a Wii, which is for those of you that don't know, it's before or after our time. I was never into the Wii. I don't think you guys were either.
Are you kidding? I used to do Wii all the time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it still seems like a new technology to me, and so I got the Wii, and it came with like Dangerous Hunts, Big Game Hunter, or whatever for it, and so I'm like hyped, and so I'm just trying to show my son when he's like 8 years old, and we get down and we set it all up and everything, and then he gets on it, and it immediately, because the technology is so old, like his gun just shoots, he like goes straight to the sky, and he's just spinning in circles like in the sky. He like can't get it to, and so I like I'm trying to do it, and meanwhile there's the lion just sulking around him, and then just starts killing him, and he can't even get his gun pointed down to like.
All you have to do is point.
Well, I know, but it's like it was a nightmare. It wasn't working the way that it needed to. There's a reason they moved on from that technology, dude.
I pretty much just played Mario Kart and golf.
Speaking of which, did we ever figure out the technology behind the Nintendo Duck Hunt?
It didn't
In what
exist.
way?
Like, how did the gun know when you shot the duck?
I did kind of learn it because I had it. I just found
It was something with
one.
a camera in the gun, wasn't it?
It's something the sensor, the TV. They don't make the TVs the same anymore, so they don't work on new TVs. But it's like something with the way that the TV's refresh rate or something interacts with the gun laser or the gun camera or whatever is in it.
Dude,
But you
I don't know.
had to download a whole bunch of hacking software to be able to get it to work on a new TV. I was like, I'll get rid of this.
That's so crazy. You think it would work?
But yeah, I feel like that's
easier
pretty
with
advanced.
Yeah, super advanced. Like that was generation 1. Yeah, it was the best.
Yeah.
Which is oh my gosh, you're killing me, dude. Which is crazy because like I nerded out a little bit and went into like Sega versus Nintendo because we had a Sega before we had Nintendo, so I always had like brand loyalty to Sega, and Sega was just so much more advanced than Nintendo. Like a Nintendo could not play Sonic. The refresh rate wasn't good enough on it, like the bits and everything. But Nintendo was just such a better marketer than Sega was.
Their characters are much better.
That's
That's
only
true.
because it was
That's
marketed like that.
Although I will say the
was a
Sonic
plumber.
movies are way better than the Mario movies that
What
they've
is?
ever made. The Sonic movies?
That's true.
Did you watch the new Mario movie?
Of course not. Yeah, I did.
It's so good.
You thought it was good?
I thought it was
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Weak sauce. Dude.
I didn't think it was that
Nah.
good. I wanted
Although,
it.
to be fair, I also think the Sonic movies are lame. I just think
I
they're,
didn't watch
I think
Sonic,
they're less lame.
but I've never really liked Sonic that much.
See, that's because you were a Nintendo.
Jim
guy.
Carrey, dude. I'm just Jim Carrey.
If Sega knew how to market better, maybe I'd like them.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh, good point.
That was really
And maybe
good.
they'd be
really good
around
point.
still.
Well, they're still around. They just moved to gaming, or just the games rather than still developing the
Oh,
What do they still make though?
Sonic.
Yeah, but besides that,
Like
they do like all the
I think
fighter
it-
games.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a lot of the
Arcade
Street
games.
Fighters and stuff like
didn't
that.
they like sell the rights to Nintendo or something?
I know that. Did you just say that? That's funny. Shut up over there.
Like I'm gonna know that. Do you remember the Game Gear?
Yeah,
Game
that's
Gear,
what I'm
Game Gear
saying.
versus Game Boy.
Is
Come on.
Never
a
heard of
Game
that.
Gear was literally playing Sonic. A Game Boy was playing like Zelda.
It was like a color TV this big versus like the black and white little stick figure TV.
It was self-lit. It only needed
incredible.
36 AA batteries or something.
or just like the big hand, like
it was a
the
lot of
big
batteries.
packs that
What was
your
it called
hands
again?
couldn't even It's called
Sega
Game
Game
Gear.
It was unbelievable.
I remember this.
And it
What were
came
the
out-
other ones like that?
It was in 80s.
Game Boy was for Nintendo.
Well, there's
They
like
had
a PlayStation version.
Oh, but that
PS
was
something.
the Vita,
PS1?
Vita, something like that.
It was a
Didn't
handheld PS.
Oh,
or-
PSP.
Yeah, PSP.
Yeah.
I just
But
saw
that
it in the
was
store
a
the other
decade
day.
after.
I just
Yeah,
saw
that's
it at
way
Best
later.
Buy the other day. A new version, like another brand that I've never
Really?
heard of that was playing pretty cool looking
Dude,
stuff.
I remember having the PlayStation 1. It was like the first one that I saved up enough money and I bought my own PS1, but it was like a portable one. And it had an LCD screen with it. So you like
Flip it up.
You flip it
Yeah,
up and
I
play
had
in
that
the
too.
car, dude.
You hit a bump too hard, the disc like
Oh,
skipped.
for sure.
Oh no, I gotta restart. Also, Nintendo Switch is dangerously close to just being a Game Gear, right?
Yes.
And it's
Except
30 years later?
way more breakable.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude. My kids already smashed mine.
Did you pre-order the new one yet?
No.
What's it called? The Switchback?
Switch 2.
Got him. Take that, Nintendo.
Are we hiking?
Actually, I do not want to get in a battle with Nintendo. You guys would crush me.
Not again.
Yeah, not again.
I was just thinking that we should play Super Smash the other
Smash
day.
out.
It's been a long time.
Dude, we got it upstairs, hooked up, ready to go.
I
if you
heard-
guys got 10 minutes after this pod, we will.
We can turn 10 minutes into 3 hours real quick. Actually, we should pod during Smash. But also, somebody sent me.
That's true.
Somebody sent me a listing for like a redone Nintendo 64.
Oh, dude, that was me. It was me. I sent that. It was like $250.
Wait, was it actually
Yeah,
you?
like
Yeah.
$250, and it didn't even it had like Xbox.
Okay,
controllers.
so that's the thing. I didn't look at the controllers, but I did see N64 redoing all their games in 4K. So the original Super Smash Bros. In 4K with, and I thought it was just a wireless N64 controller, which would have been super dope. However, the more I thought about it, one, it's just a Xbox or Switch controller or whatever, so that's super lame. I'm out. But two, you learn N6 or Smash with the lag, and if it's too quick, that's why I like playing it on the Wii or the GameCube or the Switch.
I'm so bad with those ones.
It's so much faster.
There's too many options too.
Yeah,
though.
it's too many options. Just give me the 12, and I'm good to go. I only need the one, but I like to dabble.
Guys, what is this podcast?
It's unsought.
I don't.
I'm sure we brought up the fact
video
that-
games, and all we're doing is talking about video games.
We did fall into a video game.
Do we
rut.
remember? Have we talked about when you sold me or tried to get me to buy that
No.
Super Smash Brothers a long time ago?
That didn't happen to you. That happened to me, and you just made fun of me for it. It had
Well,
nothing
you
to do with
tried. So I'm at work and get a text from Steven. He's like, dude, there's Super Smash Brothers for like $20 or something like that. And it's a great deal. So we should buy it. So I went to buy it on eBay.
It was like $12.
All right, whatever it was. I went to go buy it, and I'm checking out, and then I noticed that it says that is the box only. There's no game.
Again, you're remembering this story.
So then I
completely
texted
wrong.
him. I was like, this is only the box. He's like, shoot, I already ordered mine.
Oh, is that what
And
it
then
was?
he was too scared to return it.
So,
I ended up buying.
Oh, no, I did. I messaged the guy. I was like, I just bought this, and it's just a box, so can I return it? He's like, oh, yeah, sure. And then Steven was too scared to get his money back. So I got a nice box for $12.
I remember it very differently than that, but
all right, let's hear
that's
your
probably
version.
what it is.
I'll be the judge.
Well, no, I mean, I was gonna say no. I actually bought it, and it came, and we were like, "Where's the game?" But it might. Now that you're saying it, it might be closer to what you're remembering.
Look, we've all accidentally purchased things on eBay and really chickened out on the returning process.
What is? Yeah,
We've all done that.
What is the worst impulse buy that you've ever done?
Oh, I know. So there was this one. I think it was the early days of Facebook advertisements or something. It was like a soda can. Like it cuts the top off of a soda can, turns your soda can into a razor blade cup. And I was like, oh, dude. $8? Yeah, dude, I need that. Totally bought that. Don't have it anymore.
Did it
Actually, I
work?
probably do have it. Yeah, it worked great.
Did it?
But it was so dangerous.
Was it like advertised as a razor blade cup, or is it like turn any can into a glass of soda?
yeah, you just cut the lid off of it, which is. I was like,
cut your
oh,
mouth.
that's so. I need to be able to do.
Dude, I watched this commercial. It was like a 1960s commercial with Ultra Star. I don't remember who it was, but it was for Dr. Pepper. And he was saying Dr. Pepper is so great because you get it out of the fridge and it's just got that crisp. When it's hot outside, Dr. Pepper's cold inside and it feels great. And when it's cold outside, hot Dr. Pepper is great. And so he like,
Gross.
it was like, you just throw it on the, and this is the longest commercial ever because they didn't do 20-second ads back
It's
then.
like one of those 30-minute infomercials
Right,
on a hot
exactly.
Dr. Pepper.
You throw it on the stove with a cup of water and put it onto boil, and you have hot Dr. Pepper, and it's great for any winter party that you have. And so the commercial tagline was like Dr. Pepper cold or perfect, cold or hot. We need to try hot Dr. Pepper.
You don't make a pot of Dr. Pepper.
Dude, that's what I'm like, I don't understand. But I kind of want to try it now. We just throw a can of Dr. Pepper in the microwave. We'd be all right.
Yeah, throw a can in there. See what happens.
Yeah, I will. It's going to be hot and it's going to be great.
Obviously, I'll drink hot Dr. Pepper.
I've done it inadvertently, like in my car.
Yeah,
So
I
it's not
I
great.
don't see how it would be any better actually piping hot. Okay,
well, because it wasn't in the winter when you tried it.
That's true. Okay, worst purchase.
So I went through a couple. One, Dan and I kind of got a kayak on an impulse thing, like we bought, but that's like
a couple $100 purchase.
Yeah. Another
That's way
Did we
worse
both buy
than
them? Or
we bought them at different times.
Okay.
But yeah.
I remember loading one on top of my car in the pouring rain.
Yeah, and it was like such a spur of the moment. We didn't even have anything, no racks on our car or anything to carry them, so we like had to buy like $20 foam blocks anyway. The other one was like, it was like 11:30 at night, and I was in a hotel with my family or something on eBay, and I found some Zildjian A custom cymbals, and it was like a big pack of them for like $800 or best offer or something. And I was like, oh, if you buy it and then you could sell it out for $200 a cymbal, you make your money back in no time. So I just like low bought them $700, knowing full well they would not agree to that because the cymbals are worth way more than that. And then they immediately accepted it. And I'm like, I don't have $700. So that one wasn't great. But then what you said reminded me of
How'd you get out of that then?
I bought it.
Oh, you did do
Yeah. I had $700.
Did you make the money back?
No, they're still on my drum set right now. It was the worst. That's why, like, dude, don't eBay post 11 o'clock at night.
But scrolls what he meant.
Yeah, the worst one was I was again a Facebook ad when Facebook just
they got you, man.
They got me.
Like, they wouldn't have ads for it if it wasn't amazing.
There's this motorcycle helmet, and it had a camera on the back of it. And it displayed on your face mask the rear view camera. So you're driving, and you can like see what's
like
behind
Google
you.
Glasses.
Dude, you're buying expensive
No,
things.
it was. So that was the crazy thing. It was only $100, and so I needed a helmet anyway. So I'm like, dude, I'm gonna shoot my shot and see what happens. So I buy it, and it takes like 3 months to get to me, and then it finally gets to me, and I pick it up, and it is almost like a child's football helmet lightness to it. And I'm like, well, this doesn't seem very safe at all. And I spin it to the back to look at the camera, and there's no camera. I'm like, well, that's really weird. So I put it on, and it smells terrible, like some kind of crazy, like some chemical or whatever. And there's obviously no retina or heads-up display or anything on it. It's just the cheapest helmet you've ever seen. Not the right size at all. It's like shaking around my head or whatever. So I'm like, this is terrible. So I email the manufacturer, and I'm like, hey, so this doesn't have, I bought this because of the rear camera and X, Y, and Z, and it doesn't fit right and all this stuff. And the response back was, I'm sorry you don't like our helmet. It is only a helmet after all. in all this like broken English, like the email was one of the funniest emails I've ever gotten. And to this day, they didn't offer a refund. They didn't offer anything. Like, they were just like, gotcha, basically. But in their like, what do you expect? It's just a helmet.
But no camera.
But no camera.
Say,
there's nothing on it.
They say this is what you could do with this helmet.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It was the sketchiest Facebook ad ever. And they got me.
How about you, Dan?
I can't think of any. But I can think of...
Dan would not be able to think of any bad purchases he's ever made. He's always been so calculated.
Right. He's like,
I did...
I did sell that couch to my friend for not enough money.
It's funny you say that. Because I was bringing up another couch that you kind of screwed me with.
Oh, here we go.
That really disgusting white couch. I don't know how it happened. I don't know if you texted me. Like,
dude,
hey,
don't lean towards me with a mouthful of water. You're going to spray on me.
Dude, it was like someone in our neighborhood was selling this leather couch. And I'm like, bro, do you want to help this lady out? She needs to sell this couch.
I was like, yeah, I need a couch. So I think I don't know if I got to your house.
No, you didn't get to my stinging house. You made me go load it up and bring it to your house. And you didn't even like help unload it.
That's not true.
I may be exaggerating that one.
Either way, if I had known what this couch was, it never would have been picked up because the thing was just it was fake leather.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know how
So it was just shredding pieces of leather everywhere.
you know how leather like
Just like flakes.
cracks and then flakes off. Yeah.
Yeah, so my whole house for like a couple of months before I finally got rid of it.
Why? Yeah.
was
Why
just
did you keep it that long?
everywhere? Because it was very
paid
very
for it.
it was super comfy. But yeah, you couldn't sit on it without getting it. We put some blankets on it to be able to use it for a while, and then put it in the basement, and then just lived in the basement for like a year before I.
And now you don't have anything down.
And then I got rid of it as soon as I'm like, okay, we're gonna start working on the basement now.
Oh, this is at the house you're in now.
Yeah.
It was very
This
recent.
is after California. I would have thut this was like before you had a wife. And like,
Well, I have hardly spent money on furniture in my life.
Huh.
We always get like nice stuff that's just people getting rid of stuff or get it really cheap
yeah.
on Facebook. And then you can usually just resell it on Facebook for the same amount.
I usually just
Or you just find them
Buy
in the
things
front
from
yard
Costco.
and sell it to your friends.
I did think of another thing that I bought knowing it was a scam.
What?
It's like too good to be true. And I was like, I got to try it.
I need to hear it.
My brother sent me a listing from an Amazon thing. Amazon. Like legit.
Dude, it's legit.
Yeah.
They don't sell rabbits.
They don't sell rabbits. But it was a 100-inch TV. And it was like $70 or something like that.
That is the cheapest.
And I was like, I looked at it and I looked at the list. I was like, this is definitely not real. Like, just because the price is crazy. And I was like, I don't even have a place to put a 100-inch TV, but I'm definitely going to make them send this to me or refund me. So I
Was
bought
it Prime?
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was Prime, but I bought it. And I got tracking information. I got everything. I was like, oh, okay, let's just see what happens. I was like, maybe this is like a 100-inch like projector screen thing. And it's just like they mislabeled it or something. So I followed the tracking for like a couple of days. So it must not have been Prime. And it arrived at my house, but no box ever came. But the thing said it came. So we were like, oh, okay, whatever. So I just put in for a refund. I got a refund.
Dude, what
But
if
I
your
made 'em
neighbor stole it from you?
No, it was not nothing.
New house or old house?
It's interesting
In
that it had the
between.
tracking, though. Like,
Yeah.
what was getting tracked?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Was it through the Amazon trucks or post
Honestly, I
office?
don't know. I don't know. How would I know?
Maybe they sent you an air tag.
Could be. But either way, I got no 100-inch TV, but I did get my money back.
Amazon does have a Temu version now of Amazon
What's it
to
called?
compete. I don't know. You have to go on their website. It's just one of the tabs across the top, but
Timu's on.
they were
Temu's
doing
on.
it to compete. I don't know if they still are.
Is
now that
Temu
they have
still
it.
a thing?
Yeah, but their prices are like doubled now
Is that right?
or quadrupled or whatever.
That's
So
just,
it was
ask
like
you-
number one downloaded app, and now it's basically off the charts.
Let me ask you this. That's probably all tariff stuff.
I was gonna say, is it
right? 'Cause
tariff?
it's
the
just
tariffs,
nice.
and they got rid of the rule that
Is that
let
a-
them do that.
Is that a good idea? Like, it's kind of a good idea that we don't all just buy stuff on Temu, right?
I never bought stuff.
Me neither.
I would have my
bought
mom
something.
buy
I
it
forget
for
what it
me.
was though. Oh, I bought my camera to film on my car.
Oh, your dash cam that came.
But
in
I should have
handy.
shopped around more because it's kind of annoying.
Well,
Oh,
you
dude.
probably spent 16 cents on it, so
Yeah, I think it was like $8.
that's pretty sick.
That's crazy.
They have the cheapest cameras and drones and stuff on there.
They also have a lot of like pocket jigs if you're in the market,
What in the world's a pocket jig?
where they do like if you need to drill a screw at like a 45-degree angle, it like clips onto the end of the board and is a guide.
Oh, that's so cool. I did not know.
I did get a
that's what that was.
ton of fishing gear on Wish,
Really?
which is like the same thing.
Yeah.
Is that the fishing gear that you eventually gave to me in like a chicken box?
No.
Okay, because you gave
That-
me a bunch of
Yeah, there's a ton of
fishing
stuff
gear.
on there.
That was a bunch. I still have it in that same box.
That was something that somebody donated for a fundraiser that we were never able to sell.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
It was like a
should I
yard
not
sale
have it?
style, or like tools and yard sale style. People would donate things and we'd sell them, and that we sold a lot of them, but they never took the rest.
Sweet. Well, I've used some of that stuff, so
It should last a very long time.
it should last a good long time.
No, but mine was like bags of all different size hooks for like $1.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a Wish, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a classic Wish thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do anything on Let Go
Never heard of it.
or Let It Go? I think it was just Let Go.
We did for my groomsmen. It was like DH Gate where we had to order the vests from, and so everybody ordered it, and both of you were my groomsmen, and it was like,
I can't believe you didn't ask me to sing at your wedding.
Shut up. It was like 2 months out from the wedding, and everyone
I
orders.
don't get it.
He definitely tried to get me to sing at his wedding.
It was like 2 months out, and because it was DH Gate, it was like, I don't know if these are gonna make it in time, and it was like down to the wire. I don't know if you guys
Is that a
remember.
store?
Yeah, that's where I get my memorabilia
Underwear.
for sports gear.
I remember getting an RG3 jersey.
Okay, shh. Yeah, the quality is not what it used to be. I was very excited when we got to the NFC Championship, and so I decided to order some memorabilia for the whole family, and none of the
Are we really not allowed to just say it?
I don't know. Yeah, they're cheap Chinese jerseys or whatever, but they did not look good this time. I was very disappointed in the quality.
I don't.
And then as soon as you got it, probably he was gone. RG3.
Yeah.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah. We got him like midway through the 2012 season.
Yeah.
And then we just
At least I got mine at Ross.
we reluctantly wore it all the way through the 2013 season.
And 2014
And
season.
2014
And 2015 season when they didn't let him play a snap.
Was he there for that long afterwards?
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
I don't remember the 14 or 15 season.
I mean, he might have been like third string.
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, because 13 was Shanahan's last year, and then Jay Gruden came and we're like, he's gonna fix RG3. He did not fix RG3, and that's when he would like in one game he went through 3 different quarterbacks because nobody knew how to throw a ball or something. And then 2015 was like he's in bubble wrap. We're not playing him one down because if he gets injured, then we have to pay him all this money.
$1 billion,
And,
yeah.
And then 2016 he went to the Browns and didn't do anything, and then went to the Ravens and didn't do anything. So
And now he has like his own little morning show or something.
he's got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know how much of it is.
He gets in the occasional spat with other sportscasters.
Yeah,
doesn't
he does. He loves the spotlight.
That one wasn't his fault though. The Ryan Clark thing.
I didn't see that. I
Oh,
didn't
dude, that
follow.
was Ryan Clark was going off, but we'll leave that one alone.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
that's gonna do it for us. I hope we stay out of war.
It's
fellas?
not happening, dude. We're going to war.
You think so?
We went to war. It's
You know
12-day
what's-
war.
You know, it's great. We're all past the draft age.
Yeah.
Crazy. Actually,
Are we the
I think
past-
you're still good until what, next Tuesday or something? When's your birthday?
No, it's like really low age.
Is it? I thought it was up to 35.
I
don't
think
think so.
I think at the 35 age is the
When you can actually
reserves. I think you can be in the reserve. Sign up for the reserves.
go. Oh, okay.
To a certain
Well, I think
Yeah.
you can. So it might be draft age is only to 28, but then you can join the army if you're under 35.
That's right.
This is where we need our guy to be looking this up.
This
for
is
us.
it. All right. Well, remember, when you're home, when you're in your office, when you're anywhere, live in prayer.